Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. My name is Stacey and I'm an infidelity recovery coach. I specializing in helping the unfaithful in their affair and get their life back. I also help you get clarity to decide whether or not you want to stay in your affair or you want to leave your marriage. So if you would like information on how to work with me, check the description box below and let's get into today's video. So today's video is about what type of affair partner are you? So we're gonna talk about some ways that are some categories that we can fall into, showing us what type of affair we're having. In other words, so they do have affairs that, hey, I'm having an affair because I want to leave my marriage, that kind of thing. So we want to know what category we fall into. So I'm going to give you some overviews, some summaries of the different categories that I have discovered that a lot of my clients fall into. Now, if you can relate to any of these categories and you would like help with them and to get into that information even further, then set up a consultation with me and I can customize a recovery plan for you to help you solve some of these deeper issues that lie at the root cause of why we have an affair. Okay, let's get into it. So the first one is the married affair partner. Now, this person is, can be a married woman. I haven't seen this one too much in men, but I've seen it a lot in my female clients. But the married housewife who's bored, who feels unfulfilled, who has her identity in her family, like raising her kids, being a wife, being a mom. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. Of course, it's wonderful to be a mom and to have kids and raise them. Of course, there's a place for that, but that person loses their identity and they become very bored and disconnected with themselves. They feel like their marriage, they're slowly disconnecting from their husband, so they're unfulfilled. The marriage usually gets put on the back burner just because of life and sometimes, work, busyness, kids' hobbies, maybe your hobbies, all of that, the marriage can take a back burner, which slowly causes a disconnect throughout the years. And this can make someone very vulnerable because all of this leaves you with unfulfilled needs. So you can be vulnerable to someone else coming in and filling those needs instead of your spouse. So number 2 is the repeated offender. And this person has had several affairs. They are driven by core wounds, meaning we are looking for validation. Our core wounds are developed in childhood and they make us very insecure at the root levels. So we look for validation from someone else. We don't know how to find it from ourselves. We don't know how to find our identity in God. So we're constantly looking for that person that accepts us. And then when that person fails, which everyone will fail at some point, when they fail from giving you what you need, then you are on to the next person. The next one is what I call the father figure, and sometimes this can be younger women looking for older men because an older guy will present, most of them will present themselves as stable and secure. Some of them are powerful businessmen, and it provides that person, they have the confidence, like they say, hey, they exude this confidence and this power. And it causes someone who didn't have a dad to be drawn to that person because, they have something that I've been missing. They have something that I'm looking for. So I'm more drawn to the father figure because now I feel secure. I feel safe with you. You're powerful. I didn't have that. I don't know what that feels like. So they're more drawn to someone who can take care of them, fulfilling the need that they never had. Okay, so the next one is the competitive woman. Now, this woman, I relate to this one, and I guess I can relate to the father figure as well, but I kind of looked for it more in someone who was in a respectable position, like a doctor, a lawyer, someone like that who in my mind, seemed like you're very sophisticated, you're powerful, you're in this high power position. So the competitive woman is looking for worth and value. She doesn't know her worth and value, so she's going to look for that in someone else. And the way you find that worth and value, if you're that person, is if you are, if you say, hey, I feel valuable if I can get a married man's attention. Like a single man will not fit the bill. They won't fulfill that need. It has to be a married man, because a married man has already picked his wife. She is the one he's picked out of billions of people, but yet here I can come in and turn his head. So then I must be worthy. I must be really special if I can make him look away from his wife. So that's the more competitive woman, but it's not just a competitive nature. It's, this is how I get my worth and value. So it's definitely a core wound issue, as of course. The next one is the great escape, and this is the person who has a lot of pressure at home, not necessarily insecurities or don't know their identity. They just have a lot of pressure at home with family responsibilities, kids, work, all of that. And they don't know how to take time for themselves. So the affair becomes an escape in a sense where when I'm with that person, there's no pressure. Everything is just easy. It's calm. I can relax. I don't have to worry about anything. I can actually do something and enjoy it, be here and enjoy something for once in my life without having all these responsibilities. The next one is the people pleaser, and this person is very self-sacrificial. They do everything for everyone else, and you're always denying yourself. People pleasers will put everyone else ahead of what they need, thinking that's the right thing to do, but actually it's just a core wound that's saying, hey, I don't know how to stand up for myself, and if I do, it feels uncomfortable and I'm afraid of the response. So I have learned a survival technique to keep everyone around me happy, and then I will be okay. But what happens is we bottle up all those negative emotions, all those needs go unmet, and then they explode. And the way it can explode is in an affair, because the people pleaser in an affair will say, wow, this is for me. I'm making a decision for me, and this is what I'm going to do. This feels good. Not saying it's right, but this is how all of the years of doing for everyone else and not self-care can come out. It's saying the affair is something I decided. I didn't need to ask anyone. I'm just doing it. I'm finally making decisions for myself. The last one is the savior, the fix-it. This is the person who will try to help the affair partner at home, and it could be a man or a woman. Like, you first start off as friends, a little flirty, and then you start talking about what's going on in your marriage, and a person will try to give you advice on how to reconnect with your spouse or how to make things better. And some people, like for instance, one of my clients, their affair partner was into like alcohol and drugs and that kind of thing, but then when they started the affair, they kind of started to back off of that. So she felt like a sense of responsibility. She said now, they said, hey, I'm clean because of you, or, that type of thing, not realizing that they're just trading one addiction for another. So he gets his worth and value by being the fix-it person, the savior. Now I'm responsible for you. Now I'm obligated to you. So it's hard for me to walk away from you. I want to fix your life. I want to make it better, because when I do things, like my performance is where I receive love. That's how I know I'm okay, is if I'm doing something good for someone and it's actually working. So I get my worth and value through performance. So I need to fix your problems. Okay, so that is some categories. Of course, there are more. I just wanted to give you just like kind of a brief overview of what I've noticed. Now, with my clients, I work through these issues. Like we go through core wounds, we go through your attachment style, we learn about finding your identity so you can be content at home, so you can enjoy your marriage, and you don't have to look outside of your marriage or outside of yourself to find true contentment and peace. So if you have any questions, you want to talk about these issues on a deeper level, make an appointment, check the description box below. I would be glad to help you with this stuff, help you to get to that place of I can be married and I can be content and peaceful at the same time. I hope this helps you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.